We joked about that when we first got together because they have a story. They have one or two stories that they trade off, and we have one or two stories. And listen, it was nuts then. Now most of us are married and a little bit more settled, so we can't partake in the craziness like we used to. But we had millions of fans, and we were, you know, young guys, and so you do the math. You guys did.
No, dude.
That's rude.
You guys had some good ones too.
Rude. It sounded like punching ice cream in the basement compared to what you guys were doing.
It's good, you know. We actually all had a chance to sit down. One night at dinner right before we did Ryan Seacrest, and it's funny how, like, even though we were two different times, two different groups, the stories are very similar.
The best thing about it is that, you know, I think it's about, you know, how it's funny because Howie says it's about the music, you know, which is true, but to me it's also about the personalities. Like it's in there, it's both. It's 50-50 because you gotta have the dynamic, and you gotta have it in your eyes, and you gotta have that whole feel. You know, and it doesn't matter who puts you together or whether you're manufactured or not, whatever. If they come together and it's right, then it's right, and you'll see it, and they'll stick around. Well, they are the industry now.
Yeah, they become.
It's the only way to make it now, really. I mean, it's so. It's new
marketing, media. Everything.
Yeah. So. In some ways it's good, in some ways it's bad. I mean, personally, I go in and out of watching them. I haven't watched them in a while, but you know, it's. I think the X Factor's a little too young. I wish they should kind of up the age requirement because I think it's too young. It's too much. You know, too much on the line for young teenagers to. You got to do it for the love of the game, not because there's $5 million on the table. You know, so that can get a little hairy. On our last album that we did in 2008, it was right before Lady Gaga blew up, and she co-wrote 2 songs on our album and did a duet, and then she opened for us, and you know, 6 months later it was like, you know, ba-boom. But like, she came in with such a spirit before anybody knew who she was, and she, you know, she didn't have, her outfits weren't that crazy, but you could tell that but at the same time she was just a cool girl and really just into making music and into, you know, creating and having fun and feeling the music, you know. I loved hanging with her, and she was very, very cool. And you know, some artists just stick out. Some artists, I remember I saw her out of the studio before we even met her, and actually, because we already knew Red One, the producer, and they were having lunch at this place, and she had this crazy outfit on. Crazy. It was like but it wasn't expensive as it is now. It was like, how do you make this on $100? You know what I mean? She had these gold leggings on and things and the whole thing, and she was like, but really sweet. That's the thing about her, is like she's got these outlandish outfits on and all that stuff, and most people are like that. They're like, they don't want to be seen, or they won't say hi to you. But she was really personable if you could get through the visual, you know. And I remember I was like, who's that? And she was like, and Red One was like, she's amazing, she's amazing. You know what I mean? This would be like a year before anybody knew who she was. So you could feel that vibe.